I got one more video of Max, guys, that Charles sent me. So I'm going to bring that up quick, and then we'll start talking. Is that like the Harman Pro Stock, Charles, oil and propane?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
And Alex Chalmers D21. Jensen Performance is the sponsor of this particular pulling vehicle.
Who's that announcing, Charles?
Tom Hartzell.
D21, Alex Chalmers. Max is the head win on Jerry Van Dorping's tractor. Watch the four partners go wide. The D21 of Max Simpson. Well, I tell you, I'm not real sure what happened down there. Max started off the line real solid. It walked right down on it, but it kept going, so I'm not real sure what happened.
Well, welcome everybody to another edition of Let's Grow Pulling Live, brought to you by the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association. Roos has his orange hat on tonight in memory of Max Simpson. There's legends, Charles, in the sport of pulling, and then there's people like Max Simpson. And we talked about it briefly. My dad was beyond close to Max Simpson, and he did so much for the D21. My dad's tractor Blackjack over the years. It's just hard. It's hard to imagine. I don't know if there's a pulling tractor out there without a Simpson water valve on it. Charles, you said it's in drag racing as well.
Yeah, the drag race guys have it too. He's probably not a guy that's super well known as a puller, but certainly if you wrench on one of these things, you definitely know Max Simpson's name and had his phone number in your phone.
Yeah, just a great man. And I talked to my dad today, and he talked to Jim Shandorf this morning, and they were fishing yesterday and sitting around, and Max went to walk to the house and basically had an aneurysm and just collapsed. And they took him to the hospital, and then they took him to a specialist, and they just said there's nothing we can do. And so it wasn't like he was sick with COVID or anything like that. It just sucks, and I don't know what to say. I saw the text messages yesterday, and so I called my dad, and and I got a lot of text. I know we all of us on the show got a lot of text messages yesterday. It's one of those names, like I said. I think the nicest we talk about legends, and then there's people like Max Simpson as the names that everybody knows without question. Just done. And I know he did a lot for Zach Howell, and Zach's been doing a lot. He's been sending a lot of videos from building ship. I know he built their Light Pro. I mean, I don't think Brian Stramick is Brian Stramick, the young blood, without Max Simpson.
No
way. Correct.
And can you think of a more dominant diesel super than Stramick? How many diesel championships besides Esden Lane? Five in a row, right?
5 in a
with
row.
an orange one. So.
And I mean, everybody locally, you weren't a Michigan tractor if you didn't take a trip to Charlotte. He helped out with Jerry Van Dorpy and the Screaming Demon 2, drove the tractor on occasion when Jerry couldn't be there. Hugely influential on Jim Shandorf, of course, with the Radical Reds. So it's his reach was far and wide with multi-charger and single charger guys too.
Yeah, just a heck of it. And Sandy, his wife, was amazing. Still is amazing. Sorry.
She was secretary of the Wolverine State Pullers for a long time. I mean, you go sign in at the trailer, you were going to go see Sandy first.
Yep. So our thoughts with the Simpson family. If anybody has any videos or pictures, they can send us. I know Charles sent over a couple of pictures. Jordan Lustig had a picture of sitting on Jerry Van Dorpy's Screaming Demon at 7 years old. I shared that from the Silver Bullet page to Beer Money yesterday. I know Charles sent me over another picture. I'm looking for it right now. You just never know when your time is. And Max was a great guy. And he was with his best friends when he died. Him and Jim were so close. And I don't know what else to say. Joe, do you have anything to say? Do you have any Max Simpson stories, Joe?
No, not really. Other than he'll be surely missed. I'll say that for sure.
For sure.
I got one thing for you. It's trivia because a lot of people don't realize that the tractor even existed under this name. And I had to do a double take when I found the video. I remember the tractor in period, but the really light D21 that the Hertz worked on was the alcohol tractor that went to Charlie Kemper as the orange peel. Well, when Hertz had it, they didn't call it orange peel because it was so light. They called it Lean Old Alice.
Lean Old Alice. I like that.
You got to cut a lot of weight out of a D21 to get it down that far.
Oh, they're hollowing axles. The stuff that D21 guys did to get light, it's insane.
That is still being done today.
Joe, when you went to a super stock diesel pull in the 80s, how many of them were D21s of the class? 80%?
D21s, they dominated everything. You didn't see like Hofstetters and all them in Illinois. I mean, there was a minimum of 3 or 4 that ran the ITPA for years. I mean, that was where you went to see D21s. I mean, when I was younger, you didn't see many D21s by then in the 70s, early 80s. It was even farming. So the only way I ever knew them was not by looking at them in the field. It was a D21. Well, that's a cool super stock tractor because everybody had one back then.
Yep.
But they was doing things to them D21s that it took a while before 60/30 started to ever get into that, to hollow all that stuff out. They was doing a lot of weird things back in the day.
So Mean Old Alice is still out as a Light Pro in Indiana. Okay, I did not know that. Anybody else confirm that? Brad Leslie's saying it. Brad should know what he's talking about. So
Brad, what's the name of the tractor? Is that the Entertainer?
Entertainer's Light Pro.
Adam's saying, thankfully we get to see. Maybe it's still Mean Old Alice. Mean Old Alice still lives.
Entertainer is Wisconsin.
Oh, is
I
it?
know where the cylinder head.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I know where the aluminum head out of Mean Old Alice is. It's still in the super stock here in Michigan.
Okay, Bill over to. Can one of you guys go searching for a photo?
Listen,
Can-
they're saying
can
it's
Adam
still
find
Mean
something?
Old Alice.
Yeah, I'll see what I can find.
Yeah, I'm looking through the comments. Okay, Mean Old Alice, Oberdorf family pulling team. You guys could bring that up or send me a link. I'm going to show the pictures at Charleston over. So this pulling reference. So that, God, what year would that have been? Where are they at? I wonder. Anybody recognize that?
Thumb sled. So I'm thinking, I don't know, could be
Somewhere up north.
It was a Northern sponsor. See the Pabst Blue Ribbon in the background next to Pepsi?
That could be Ellsworth, maybe.
How long has it been since anybody's seen PBR sponsor a tractor pull?
Been a couple days, Joe.
Yeah,
Been a day
been
or
a minute.
Seen a lot of PBR drink at a tractor.
Yeah, well, a sponsorship barrel at a tractor pull
Yeah.
back in the Cole Copenhagen pulling circuit days.
It's
Who had,
all,
who had the D21 with the Pepsi logo on the side of it?
Charlie Ross
Okay.
out of Ohio.
Hey Schultz, I sent a picture in the group chat. It's
Thank you.
a picture that Adam Wilson had posted to his Facebook page back in 2020.
There's that picture of Lustig when he was 7, I believe.
Wow.
That's the Screaming Demon. So,
In Simpson's shop.
yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, the first time I went to Max's shop, there was like 3 Diesel Supers in there, and the Screaming Demon was one of them, and I don't remember the other 2. And it was like, I was just like a kid in a candy store. It was amazing. It was amazing. Where'd you send that? Oh, to our group,
Yep.
Facebook group. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Lustig was a big 7-year-old. There we go. That's cool that it's still called Mean Old Alice.
I kind of wonder if Ron Brinkman still has his paperweight from Mean Old Alice. He caught part of, if I remember correctly, he caught part of a piston when Max rapidly disassembled the motor in Allegan, I believe.
Oh, I made it as an overlay there.
I like how you said that, Ryan. Rapidly disassembles.
No, you and I have seen some rapid disassemblies.
Yeah, they're
If
no
that's
fun.
if that's the incident that I'm thinking about, Ryan, there is a photo of Mean Old getting towed away after that happened, and the top of the block and the hood are like this.
Yep, I kind of remember that photo.
Yeah.
That'll happen. On a super stock, especially.
Yeah, super
Yeah,
stock.
when you got a
they like to
426
do-
wound that tight, things happen in a hurry.
There she is. So
That's pretty.
yeah, that's an
That's
awesome
classic.
tribute.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to the Overdorf family for doing that. That's awesome. So if anybody has any stuff they want us to share tonight or throughout the week, just send it over to the page. Mackenzie will jump on that and do that. So love you, Max Simpson. Hopefully you and Jerry and the boys are Ford turboing it up there in heaven. So Joe Hurd, it is Ship Shawana week, my man. Thank you for coming on. Zach Howell and Travis have been sending us a ton of videos. Zach went live this morning. I checked a couple hours ago, 60 or 70,000 people had seen it already. And basically that track's ready to roll already is the way it sounds. So
It's ready. I mean, it's like we always tried to do at Goryville. I mean, it's different. I don't have to do it now, at least, but it's ready. Track's built, sheep's footed. It's chiseled, plowed up. It's ready to go. I mean, there's still a lot of work that we still have to do tomorrow to get everything set up for the show, naturally, but got the crew out here still got to clean. They had the monster truck thing this weekend in there. They got all the dirt out of there today, and that was the remaining dirt that they put onto the track. So everything that was in that Coliseum ended up going on building the track, other than 2 tandem loads of dirt that didn't go back in there. But yeah, that Travis out here does a phenomenal job with that. He done real good and got everything up to snuff, and it looks good. So we'll find out Wednesday night. Around 6:30 whenever we start test passing. So
Joe,
it'll be good.
Was Shipshewana ever on the radar when you guys were still at Rantoul as a possibility down the road, or did COVID really accelerate the process?
Well, COVID really accelerated that. I mean, when we were shunned, thanks to our governor in Illinois, we couldn't, everything was shut down because of COVID. So we had no choice. If we was going to have an indoor pool, we had to come out here. So we stuck our neck out and come out here, and I'm glad we did. I mean, there's so many different things to do out here. I mean, we have mixed emotions, all us guys do. Gordyville was our baby for so many years. It started in 05. Started in 2010 at Gordyville, but it was just you get mixed opinions of it, but it was just, it was Gordyville, I mean, there's a lot of memories there that we have and everything, but this is a place that we can create a bunch of new memories. And they have sights to the future to make this place even bigger, in a few years, if we're still alive and doing this. The Coliseum will be double in size. So it will actually be pulling in the Coliseum at that point. But that's, there's always room for improvement, but that's something that we look forward to in the future. It'd be kind of cool to have a 300-foot track and have a humongous Coliseum in order to do that with. But,
Right.
there's nothing wrong with where we're doing it now. It'd just be more neat to do it there. But it never was. But, for all the people that hasn't come yet, I hope you do come, because, one thing that I've got a lot of comments on, a lot of feedback on, was the women folk come, just to support their husbands or to come along. There's a lot of things for them to do here. I was looking at when I checked in the motel here today, the Shipshewana tourist book. It's pretty thick, and there's a lot of different things to go see and do that. And, the feedback that we've gotten off that, the women just love it up here because they have something that they can do while us guys are, drinking beer and watching tractor pulling. So it's good for everybody, I think, in the long haul.
No, that's one comment we've all heard on the show here, that it's nice for something for the not trying to be sexist, but for the women folk to do, because most of them don't love this truck and tractor pulling stuff as much as we do. So,
But the ones who do get bigger.
Woody sidetrack.
what's that?
The ones who do get bigger diamonds.
They do get bigger diamonds.
It's true.
Joe, do you have a peanut gallery over there to the right of you?
Yeah, they keep coming out and being not nice. So
Yeah. You can say
But that's
dicks on
okay.
No,
there.
you can say they're being dicks, because we'll say it once we get there.
I was
Joe,
just trying to be nice.
We had Tony Reed on the show, so pretty much everything's been said now that can be said on Let's Grow Pulling.
Yeah, that set the level to a different bar there. I wish Tony would get out here, but he's too big of a pussy to come out here, I guess. So that's my shout out to him. It's like, I think you're too big of a wuss to drive over here. Give you everything for free to come over here. All you got to do is show up. You'd have fun. Everybody else to have fun. So he's too big of a wuss to show up. So that's okay though. We can say that.
We can call him out at the show.
Yeah, I mean, just stop being a chicken. What are you scared of driving a couple hours for, 3 hours, whatever it is? Doesn't matter.
You'll notice they're corn amateur.
Yeah. And he's doing Tony's doing a lot of neat things on TikTok, but one of them going around these farm tours and doing some of the neat things that he's doing. Well, make this one of your farm East tours, because it's all part of farming culture here. So
There's plenty of Amish farms around the area.
oh my gosh. Well, see, there's an avenue into something different. He's not going to get anybody on the Amish side of things coming to say, hey, come to my farm. Well, so he could go to them, it's pretty simple. But
Robbie, the question, will there ever be Pro 4x4? I know Clint and the team are waiting for bigger fans, bigger vents. What's the word I'm looking for, Joe?
Ventilation.
Ventilation. Yeah, that was the word. It's been a rough day in the mortgage world, guys. I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna lie. Ventilation there at the Shipshewana before they consider light supers and bigger alcohol fume things like that. Nothing like being in an announcer stand in Rantoul and having Terry Blackburn light up all the lights about the 220-foot mark, and you can't feel your eyes for 2 days.
We've done that at Gordyville. Brad Hurt come up there one year before Louisville just to try everything out, make sure his turbo was going to light, everything was going to be good, and he blew stuff out of the rafters.
Yep, it was wild.
But one avenue that could support that would be, we can talk about this here after a while. I noticed you had it on the schedule for DuQuoin, because that's, and we was talking in here, some of the guys that hadn't been to DuQuoin. There's a high ceiling in there, so there's a lot of room for ventilation. We can have all the alcohol fumes in there that you could ever want, and that building pretty much takes care of all of it, so it works out pretty good.
Yep. No, that's
But
good. Well,
everything's getting ready. There's going to be a few changes in the pits this year. They've moved the stalls, because that is called the stall building where we have our pit area. So they've moved the stalls to a different part of the building. So that's going to be a little bit different this year.
So that's going to open up more of that back spot, Joe?
Well, what it was is they had the southeast corner last year jam-packed full of those things. And every year they're going to alternate where they put them for cleaning reasons, but they've got it in the northeast side this year. So it's a little different. I didn't pack as many tractors in the floor plan as I have in the past, just to make the building breathe a little bit better. So you don't quite get as many tractors in for the Friday evening session in earlier, just for that pure fact. I mean, you go back to Gordyville, or you even go to Louisville, you're going to sit in the cold some, and you don't have that here. But your time of getting in the building is held up by maybe 10 or 15 tractors different from this year to last year. So we still try to get as many people inside as quick as we can, but it's just big a place this is, you still only got so much room.
Quick question about DuQuoin. I know we're kind of doing a lot of bouncing around, but that's what this show is all about. Paul, what are the classes in DuQuoin? It's March 4th and 5th, right?
Yes. So you got 85 Limited Pro, the 95 Pro, two-wheel drive trucks, light supers, mini rods, and
5,800 mods, right?
the mods, 58 mods. That's right.
So Tom, it's Mr. Kimmons from Texas. I'm putting the website in the comments right now. And if you want to bring kicking and screaming up your two-wheel drive truck, all you need to do is sign up, sir.
Yeah,
Just
I saw that
load in.
he had commented about if he could be on the Saturday afternoon qualifying, because that way that he can make it. Reach out to, there's a Facebook page, just message that. Zolik's the one that's kind of taking head of fielding those questions. I'm sure that they'd be more than welcome to put you on Saturday if that works for you, but just message that page.
The 85, the 95 are pretty well. I mean, they got good numbers in those classes. All the other classes, we need some vehicles. There's some in each class, but we definitely need some
Minis,
some
light
tractors.
supers, and two-wheelers, right? I think.
All classes except 85s and 4-1s, and I think there's probably still some spots for 4-1s, but yeah, just go to the website and get registered. And it's an online deal, very simple. Zolik's got it set up pretty slick, just like what everybody at Gordyville used, or sorry, Shipshewana.
Yep, and it's $200 for entry fee. And then you can you can buy more passes and everything that you need as well right there on the website. So
we sign up. We'll try to sign up more than, because you always have your percentage of people that drop out for, but at least having it in March, there'll be more opportunity for, I know we've had not a lot, but we've had a few drop out because of lack of parts, lack of dyno time, or et cetera, so that's something that happens every year, though.
Is it
But we're
Louisville
looking forward to-
style? Then you Louisville style qualifications, then go to the finals. Is it
Yes,
two hooks
they'll-
or one hook?
Yeah,
They'll take the top, however many out of each
like 6 or
class.
7 from each.
Yes, and
Okay.
then they'll go to the finals on Saturday night.
Gotcha. So I would think he should be able to get in there Saturday. Just got to get that worked out. So
Yep.
Thomas, tell all those Texas two wheelers.
Bring it.
Plenty- Plenty
It's-
of
Cole's last chance to have a hook as a before he becomes a dad.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And it's in Southern Illinois too, so
it's not as far.
Southern Illinois is a lot closer to Texas than Shipshewana is.
Yeah,
That is no kidding.
Joe, what in your mind, what makes the Midwest Winter Nationals great? Like what? Because it's special, and all of us watching the show tonight are special, and not special like Woody, but like like normal special.
Yeah, well, everybody's got a background or a story that goes along and associate with it, And one of the biggest things that made Gordyville what it was and continues here at Shipshewana is the fact that we have 12,000 farm stock tractors. We have hot farms, we have pro farms, and then we go into the light pros and then the 4-1s and the 9,000 limited pros. I mean, you've got you got so many different genres of tractors in here, and you can't forget the Wamba class for Woody. But
Right.
you've got so many different classes that you normally would never see indoors, and that's something that we try to create every year. Is just a good experience for everybody, not just the guys that just want to watch, just whatever their particular class is, and we continue to drag along pro farm class, the heavy womp pro farms, my favorite class, the 11,000 pro farm.
Yep.
We've got 10 of them signed up, and I pray to God they'll all make it. That's a fun class to watch and listen to. So there'll be no finals for the 11,000 guys this year, but it makes it special because of just all the different classes that we have, and all of us at What Smoking Crew, we're going to treat you no matter what you pull, you're all going to get treated the same. We all, appreciate everybody that comes and enters and participates and, make it a fun experience for everybody. And that's what we try to do because everybody that's on this crew is either owned or driven, pulling tractors down the track. And we've been on both sides of this fence, so you try to make it the best possible, but to make it special, everybody's got their background story, but that's what I think makes it special is just all the different classes that we have, and it brings us all together. As we're just at the end of the day, we're all one big pulling family, and I think we kind of prove that every year when we do this.
Yeah, I feel like Joe, when it got started, basically it was Gordyville and Louisville, and
Right.
If you went to Louisville, you didn't go to Gordyville. I feel like Gordyville for most of the competitors there, that's their Louisville for the 12,000 farm stock for the King of the Hill.
Oh,
the
it
Wamba
absolutely
classes.
is.
I love how Clinton, you guys. I'm glad you guys don't breed dogs because they'd have like 7 different names. It is the hardest. It is the
The
hardest.
most mongrel classes ever.
Yeah.
Because
Most
my dog's like,
mongrel class of mutts you'll ever see in your lifetime.
but it's
and
so cool how it's all combined, Joe. And then at the end of the day, it works out and everybody's within 5 to 7 feet of each other, and like announcing it is just like, oh, okay, this tractor is at 3,500 RPMs with an A pump and da-da-da-da-da, but it makes it fun. And it just
Right.
gives a chance for guys to get together because like the pro farm guys kind of pull against the same 10, 15 guys all summer long. And all of a
Right.
sudden now they're in line and they're trying to watch the guy ahead of them and they've never even seen this tractor before. And what
Well-
that does to your psyche on picking gears and stuff like that, it's a great
Sure.
experience. So,
Well, and what makes that, like, to add on to what you said, Jason, a lot of times, like perfect example is the 8,500 Limited Pro, 466 class. I mean, what makes that awesome for those guys in particular is the fact that you're pulling. Sometimes you'll get around the fringes, in Missouri and here and there, and you get to pull with different people from Indiana, but this brings them all together. So everybody's think they got the baddest ass 85 tractor is going to be here. And to walk away from here to make it to finals, most people you're just ecstatic because you're here with the best of those tractors as well as all the others as
Yep.
well. And once it's the hell of a feather you can put in your hat. It's like Danny Bartling from Nashville has always said that. It's like, I don't give a crap if I win. I mean, that's great, but just to make it to the finals is just, he feels accomplished. He's very humbled by that. And I mean, I think it's kind of goes that way for a lot of people that otherwise wouldn't get that opportunity at Louisville or places like that, so.
And then, then you grab the charity side of it, Joe, the amount of money. And unfortunately, there is typically a cause that we lost
Right.
somebody, a bad accident or something. I don't do well talking about nice things. They're not nice things, but bad things like that. So that's more Charles's. He's a little more polished than I am, but there's always a cause, Joe. And
Yeah.
It sounds a little morbid too. I'm just saying.
What's that, bud?
It makes it sound like I'm a mortician or something.
Well, I mean, when you put
No,
your
that-
name as
that-
Cole
that's
this
Ryan
net,
Anderson.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get excited. I'm not gonna lie. So, but no, Joe, you're not a mortician.
I'm just messing with
just a
you.
little more polished than I am. But anyway, the amount of charity, Joe, I've seen over the years from pullers, from fans, from family members.
Right.
Well,
we
they rally, Joe, and then this year, the Mechanical Bull, Thurman. It's awesome to see the amount of tickets being sold. And
Yeah, and it's all go to a good cause. I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, we don't. Some people pull for themselves, but I like to think that we all pull for a cause, and that's one to have fun, the utmost importance of it all. But two, to you're in a position, you're pulling. You should be in a position where you can also help give back. Because that's we're all one big family at the end of the day, and that's what we try to do. We want to give back, because we feel like that we've been given something, and it's called tractor pulling, and they dedicated their lives to it. Thurman did, or everybody that we've ever done this cause for has dedicated their life to it, and it's the least that we can do as an organization is to give one small piece back what they've given us a lifetime of.
agreed, 100% agreed.
Charles,
But-
I really, really, really want to hear you announce an 85 light limited Labradoodle when it comes out onto the track. I just want to hear it one time.
Well, and that's one thing that we'll get criticized on a lot of times, but but we'll also get complimented on at the same time. It's like, why do you have this tractor? And I mean, he's an 11,000 Pro Farm. Years ago, the history of that class, goes back to guys running 8850 V8 John Deere pistons and 6-inch strokes and a 60-30 and making 880 some cubic inches. And those tractors, as they died off and the 640 3000 come along, still some of them guys was hanging on to them big motors because they've just lived forever at times. Well, they could still run that big motor, but they had to run lesser RPM, and you got, thanks to Clint for that. And, for just knowing equipment, knowing the tractors, knowing the classes, and I mean, Clint's been to every tractor pull that he could ever go to since, 1991 when we got out of high school and into college and he started videoing all this stuff. I mean, he's watched it for so many years and from the sidelines and watched every single class go down the track. And if there's anybody that could ever have the ability to blend them classes and blend them rules, he's the guy to do it because he's watched it, he's listened to it, and he's talked it all winter long through the years and knew exactly how to blend those classes and make it fair and competitive. We don't always hit the nail on the head the first time. We've had to move some adjustments in a light super class, and you add 200 pounds here, you piss this group of people off, you take it back, you make these people happy. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't make everybody happy, but we try to make it to where we blend it the best we can in order to make it happen. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But one thing I learned in tractor pulling a long time ago, you're never going to make 100% of the people happy 100% of the time, but we try like crazy.
I say it takes a pack of cigarettes for Tucker to put a class.
Yes, absolutely.
Every pack of cigarettes, there's a new class born for the Midwest Winter Nationals.
Well, whenever he gets done and he's smoking, I call it smoking his straws is what he smokes, and he's got to get the Marlboro Reds in the picture, and then that's when new things happen.
Oh, but no, it's a great event. Looking forward to it. The fans are, social media is really jamming on it, Joe, too. A lot of good comments out there, I think. And the live stream, besides Louisville, I can't think of a more popular live stream that there is. And honestly, the number, and I don't know if it's just rumors, but the numbers aren't that far away from Louisville type numbers for the live stream. So I don't know anything specific, and I don't want to get into that. But my point is, it's very, very popular, Joe. So.
It's impressive. I mean, we've been doing it a long time, and we try to, like I said, we try to do it to make it happy for the pullers, make it happy for the fans, make it where it's a good experience for everybody. I mean, that's our common goal. And I mean, it's every year what money that we do make off of it, we've always put right back into the show to make it bigger and better for everybody. The investment in the live stream was massive, for Clint. And I mean, did he do that for himself? Probably some of that, but the majority of it was to help promote tractor pulling, like what you do, Jason, whatever all of us do, to try to help promote tractor pulling 365 days a year. And what a better way to do that and have a live stream for people that can't make it, especially with the COVID thing going on. Well, it's flu, common cold with a name, whatever you want to call it. So
all of us that are on this show, including yourself, are passionate about pulling, and all of us, except you, Joe, have an actual talent that we like to share with the world.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why I'm only on here once a year or twice a year. Hey, I had enough brains to call you for a home loan.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
See, geez, step on the guy that's feeding you.
If I didn't pick on you, you'd think I was sick. So it's.
Oh, I know. I think something fell and busted your head wide open a little further than it already is. So what's the big rumor, Jason? You're not gonna be with us. We found some place in Mexico to be something bigger and better than here, or what?
So last March, my wife called me and says, "Hey, our friends want to go to Turks and Caicos," and she goes, "When is Gordyville next year?" And this is after we had it scheduled in January and ended up in February. And I said, I have no idea. And I said, you let me go tractor pulling all summer long. It is what it is.
Oh yeah.
I said, they'll survive. I don't make Gordyville go. I like to be there, but I said, it'll be okay if I don't, it's not the end of the world. And secretly, I hoped that the dates would not fall on top of each other, but they did. I have a very patient wife, and all of you that know me know I'm kind of a dink, and I have a very beautiful wife that puts up with me. So Bruce is the biggest fan of Mrs. Schultz, so it's all good. So,
I am. She is a saint.
She's going, Joe, you know how like Michelle's going to stop at the pearly gates? Sarah's going straight to heaven. Just ding, 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 ding. It's like one of those, it's like you hit the Powerball, Joe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got to take care of our own, because if you don't do it, nobody will, or, well, somebody will, or she'll find somebody that will.
But I'm bringing, we're still having our booth out there. Mackenzie's our full-time social media girl now. She's running the booth. Send a couple of people out with some video cameras. So we'll do all the stuff that we always do. So.
Well, tell her, she can come back here in the pits and just don't get run over.
Yep. Whose sled is it? It's all Bauer, or not Bauer, I'm sorry. All Bungart sleds, right?
Correct.
The mini rod sled as well?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, what else we got for Joe? We talked about the raffle, talked about the live stream, we talked about the charity, talked about January 13th through the 15th. Test passes are Wednesday night. Those are all full. Do not call Tucker.
Yeah, do not call, do not ask. Don't think he come in. I'm sorry. I don't want to be here the last night that I get any sleep. I don't want to be here till midnight making a test pass.
Are there any surprises on the list of test passes, or are they fairly tame like we're used to?
No, I don't think there's any big surprises. We would have surprises at Gordyville every now and again.
Right.
We'd have some neat surprises, but nothing that I know of yet, unless it rolls off of a trailer unexpectedly. But nothing that has been announced to us anyway.
The farm show is happening there, right, Bruce or Brent? When do you guys know that?
Yeah.
Is Brent
doing that? The toy show will be happening.
Okay.
It's going to be further back, so it was kind of right by the registration and kind of wrapped towards like the entrance over there.
Yep.
It's going to be further back, I believe, now past like the entrance.
I know Joe and I had to run somebody down last year because they stole a tractor. Remember, Joe? We had the cops involved. You and I.
Yeah, we did. We had to do a little bit of investigative research there for a little bit. but it takes all kinds, as they say.
I've got drunk and done a lot of
But that-
stupid stuff, but I've never stolen a toy tractor when I've been drinking. And it
Yeah,
wasn't
that
like
is
a
for
$30 toy tractor. If I remember, it was a expensive toy tractor.
It was a very high dollar one. It was well worth putting your hands on, but what goes around comes around with that for that guy. But
Advance
no,
ticket in midnight Eastern. Okay, so you have 2 days basically left to buy your tickets advance. So
yes,
sorry,
that's
Joe,
correct.
I didn't mean to step on you there.
Oh, that's okay. No, but I'm looking forward to it. There's something for everybody to do here. So I think we about covered everything. Just please, I tell the pullers this every year. They're getting better and better, but I know we all get in a hurry at times. But please don't forget to put the number on the front of your tractors before you come to the building, because that's over 400 vehicles coming in and out of here, and I remember a lot of ins, but I can't remember everybody. When you got 40 some hot farms and half of them's 1066s, everybody kind of runs together after a while. So that's all I
Ryan
ask.
posted on Facebook today. There are no campers allowed in the pit area.
No,
This is for haulers only. You'll
Yep.
be asked to move, so please find another place. So
yeah, and there's places around directly north of where we pull. You pull in the main gate. You want to go to the right. There's a pretty big lot there. They don't want anybody on the left side. On the east side, it's directly north of where we pull. That's for spectator parking. We'll start on parking on the east side and around the south. Once that fills up, then there'll be somebody there directing everybody to pull in. But when you pull in, it'll be to your right on the west side there is where, and then once that fills up, then we've got an overflow parking lot, same place we had last year. But if you're done pulling and you don't have any more pulling, you got it loaded and you get your hauler out of there, it'd just be nice and courteous kind of thing to do. If you can find a different place to put it, let somebody else come in that maybe is coming in on Friday or Saturday. So that it gets a little packed around out there.
Yep. Joe or Brent, can you answer this? Is the test pass pull-in order how it's posted on the website? Anybody know that?
To a degree, we'll always just common sense wise, we'll start out light and work our way to the heaviest class. Least horsepower to the most horsepower. That way we ain't swapping weights around the whole time. So I don't know how. I haven't looked at the website the past few days, but I think about however it's posted, that's about how it'll work. So.
Yes, Chris, you can ask a question, type it into the comments. Store Lock is loaded up and ready to head that way. That's
Sweet.
awesome. Thank you for your support, Store Lock. You guys are a great vendor.
Yes. We have,
Does the weekend
There's-
pass include the pits for spectators or additional pit pass?
no, it's if you've got a weekend pass that's for the pits, that's for everything.
No, I think, but he bought a spectator pass.
Oh, well, no, that's different.
Yeah, then you'd have to buy an additional pit pass.
You gotta buy the pit pass. You gotta sign the waiver for insurance reasons because there's idiots like me back there driving around. You gotta sign a waiver with me around.
You do run a pretty good orchestra back there, Joe. That's one of the first things I ever did. So
Yeah, you gotta move swiftly. I've had people say, "You need to slow down." I was like, "You need to get out of my way." I was like, "You don't let your kids." Well, I got kids running around here. I was like, "Yeah, so do I." But I said, "You guys have got to realize you don't let your kids play next to the interstate. Well, get them out of the pits if you're that damn worried about it. That's how it works."
yeah, there's a lot of comments about the website, and Zolik has done just a stupid good job of
Oh, yeah.
organizing things, and the internet has made a lot of this a lot easier. That's for sure.
Yeah.
When do the pullers start coming in, Joe? Probably, Wednesday or Tuesday,
Probably
possibly.
tomorrow. So.
Tomorrow, I've already talked to several guys that calling me asking questions. So I know Kleppy's coming down, and there's several others. A lot of the guys are come make a test pass. Not all of them, but there'll be a few roll in tomorrow night. So
Sandy Payne, I'm pretty sure you can watch a live stream up to a year after you
Yeah.
buy it, right, Brent?
Up to a year.
oh yeah, up to a year, 365 days after the event, you still use that same login. You can still watch it. So
It should be Sandy Super Rooster Payne. Sandy, can we legally change your name to Super Rooster
Yeah,
in the middle there?
Sandy Super Rooster Payne.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, is that a cold beer, Woody? Oh, mine's sitting here. I haven't got to drink. Thanks, Woody.
I'm looking for any broken parts from a driver that could be autographed by the driver for my young boys. Chris, as a puller, I'm not even going to answer that question. I don't even like broken parts. So, but yeah, I think if you got something,
We could maybe create something this weekend.
I think it'll probably happen.
I would imagine.
Most of the time, they want those pieces back, though. That's the problem.
Don't touch them right away. They're
No.
sometimes
Yeah,
a little
they're
warm.
usually warm.
Usually kind of toasty and jagged edge. Like,
Chris, here's the deal. Make sure you bring a Sharpie with you.
Logan.
Let's do that. You bring the Sharpie. We'll see what we can do to hook up the boys.
we'll find something. Your dog is requiring your attention.
No, the dance studio across the hall is
Oh.
the kids are out. So and then
Oh, they're excited. He's excited, I say.
Alan Ulmer says, "Get me your address. I can send you a food broken pieces." Yes, you can, Alan.
Yes, he can.
So Chris Ashline, there's your answer. Find him.
Buyer pays shipping.
Sandy Super Rooster Payne says, "Thanks. We got that squared away." What time will you allow vehicles in the pit Friday morning? Joe Hurd. Corey Frank wants to know.
Friday morning. Well, it just depends. So
When do
the
you
way
pull?
it's structured, the easiest way to remember this: if you're pulling on Thursday, you can get in the building on Wednesday. If you're pulling on Friday, you can get in the building Thursday after one event pull. So like Thursday afternoon, get through. Hey, look, it's Clint Tucker. He come to
Hey,
see
Tucker.
me.
Tucker!
But so you've got to cycle vehicles out, and they got to pull and leave before I can let people in on Friday. So
Right. Good deal.
do we look gay in this video?
Maybe.
I don't think anybody judges you two turds. It's going to be okay. So,
There was that one picture we had at Gordyville that year that,
I was kissing you.
yeah, that was
It wasn't on the mouth, though.
no. So I don't think it's gay unless it's not on the mouth. So it's okay. We was fine. Everybody just kind of judged us and went on, but we really don't care.
Corey, if you pull Friday 11 a.m., you can come in Thursday. So,
Yes.
right, Joe?
Yeah.
Our 3 sessions can come in. We
Yeah.
got room.
I've got room
Even
to
though the
put,
building lied to us terribly and put a whole bunch of stalls in a corner, me and Joe have micromanaged it to where we can get first 3 sessions in there.
yeah. If you pull Friday afternoon, we can't get you in the building Wednesday. So that Friday night, well, you're going to have to wait. But
Yeah. Friends on Friday night, don't use your
No,
friend card.
don't
And it's
use
not going
that.
to happen.
that calls that's make Joe Hurd mad card. What
It's
that
not,
is.
and it's not our fault.
Yeah, we can't help that.
They raise the rent and take away space.
It's the American way.
That's why this
Tucker,
event is
that's
so
called
awesome.
inflation. That's called inflation, Tucker.
Inflation,
Inflation.
It's inflation. It's Joe Biden inflation.
6% turns to 12.
Hey, but guess what? We're gonna pull tractors in 2 days
Yes.
That's awesome.
on good dirt, not sand.
Somebody's one of our followers is drinking. They typed in "not with the brush light." So we're
It's
gonna,
not brush light. You
that's
need to focus for you. There's no R in there. How much do you need to drink to see an R in
Yeah.
the
Hey,
brush light?
Schultz.
yes.
This year is not only Coors Light, it's not a rodeo. We actually have Bush Light here. Thanks to Zach Howe.
I
So
love
you got
it.
2
That's
flavors of beer: rodeo beer and poor trucker farmer beer.
Yeah,
That should help their bottom line, and I hope it's better because so they quit raising the rent.
they make more money on beer.
I would think that well, Tucker, didn't you always say at Rantoul they drank more beer at 3 days than they did at the Illinois State Fair for the whole week?
For the whole week.
For a week because we had a concentration for 16 hours.
Yeah.
It's not really a fair competition. We are a Democratic state.
Yeah.
We had good Republicans in there for 3 days, 16 hours versus whatever you want to call the Illinois State Fair.
The
They have good
state
concerts.
Democrat convention.
Yeah. Where you can rub belly buttons and other things together.
Mm-hmm.
Garen, you excited?
Brent, are you excited?
Oh, I didn't hear you. Yeah,
What?
I'm ready to get off work for 3 days.
Hey, buddy, I'm all about getting you out of a real responsible position to come fuck around with me.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Tucker, if people
What's
are
that,
wanting to
Big
donate,
boy.
if people are wanting to donate, how do they do it now?
Call Zolik.
He'll take care of it.
He'll take care of it.
That's his job.
Fair
I'm
enough.
pretty much in mad at everything mode and make sure the dirt is awesome so I can flip light Pro Socks over on Friday night and Friday afternoon
And break wheels off.
and break wheels off.
And front ends and
Hey, the dirt pile, the sand pile's higher, so you're going to have to
you got to get a run at it.
get a run out to throw a tire clover and hit the building.
Well, those light pros, they've demonstrated that they can get a run at it.
Well, the only guys that are really cool with a lot of power. The guys hiring that need to go pulling in Kentucky. If that happens.
Hey, do we have beer on both sides now?
Nope, not promising that.
No, probably not.
I can only give advice. It's not my facility. I'll keep playing the Powerball. Hopefully I can win it, and then I'll make this thing happen in FML. But you're going to have to be a traveler if you're on the east side of the building, and I apologize, but
Hey, it's New
OJQ
Year's.
is
We all
my
have new
contact up
resolutions to
here,
get
and
our
Jamie said he
10,000
goes, he
steps.
does all he can do. There's
What
no
was that,
food, no
Bruce?
booze on the east side of the building,
I said
was
we
that?
all have
So we need to put all the
resolutions to get
Methodists
more,
over
to
there.
do more walking.
and everybody else on there.
Hey, there's a business opportunity for somebody.
Absolutely. Maybe just a cart and a wagon.
That's a wagon sales, little red wagon sales.
Like Uber Eats, but it would be Shipshawana beer
Yeah.
delivery.
Be
Yeah.
shipped. You want to Uber Eats via little red
It's
wagon.
only 200
It's not
foot, they'll get a
DoorDash, it's
wagon.
Bleacher Dash.
Hey,
It's
man,
Nature Dash.
my son's coming this year.
Hey, we can have him do that.
Braden's doing that. We
Well,
got a wagon.
Braden little red wagon contest.
He's
Might be
delivering
kind of
beer.
weird, a 14-year-old kid
Yeah, that would be weird.
bringing a whole bunch of beer from one side to the other. But, you know,
There might be laws
20
against
bucks,
that.
20 bucks.
Hey, we'll take it.
20 bucks, 20 bucks, man. It all
Alan
depends who
LeGrand.
all on the east side.
Joe,
wants-
read that
wants
comment to
drink beer.
Tucker.
Hey.
Read that comment to Tucker.
Hold on, Schultz. You got to be quiet. I know it might be your show, but we've got to interrupt you.
Alan,
you
that
have a
was
comment.
perfect.
Look at what our douche friend in Kentucky said. Alan LeGrand, good Baptist, right there.
No, Grant's a good man.
We're looking. Oh,
I will talk to Alan Grant every
There you
time
go.
I can see him. And if we see each other in a liquor store, I ain't going to speak to him.
no, can't do it.
Nope.
You got to
That's
look
right.
the other way. And if you do have to acknowledge for whatever reason, you've got to look at the ground. You can't make eye contact at the liquor store.
Alan Grant's
Yeah,
the coolest farmer I ever met in my life.
Yeah, he has the shittiest, sandiest, crappiest
I-
river bottom ground. It's awful.
I tell you what.
It's pathetic. I don't know how
I
that
feel
guy
bad for him.
makes
I
it.
don't know how he can afford a hard post.
I don't know either. Somebody's got. I think there's something else going on there because it can't be for Wave Farms. This is all.
And he has the ugliest wife I've ever seen.
Wow.
Damn.
He's married to a big old greasy hairy woman.
Yeah,
But I tell you, he's a good boy. Though.
yeah.
He's a good boy.
As long as he's sleeping.
He's good. He's good Baptist. Like I.
Yeah, he's a good Baptist. As long as he's sleeping, he's the greatest guy on the
Yeah.
planet.
Absolutely.
Don't make eye contact. You're in a liquor store. Don't look at me. That's wrong. What's wrong
Right.
with you?
He's a good boy.
Yeah. We love you, Alan.
Well, gentlemen, anything
I'm
else?
gonna go pee. I'm done. I'm done messing around.
Joe,
Joseph,
anything
love
else?
you. Thanks so much. Hope you get your sunburn on your big white ass.
Ladies and gentlemen, Clint Tucker.
Clint Tucker.
That's right.
Hey, Joe. I
Yes,
got
sir.
licorice.
What's that?
I'm bringing licorice like I
Well,
did
you know,
last
I'm
year.
going to tell you what. I love you so much, but I hate you at the same time. You bring that shit. I can't find it at home. Southern Illinois
why I'm
sucks. We have ski, but we can't have multi-flavor Twizzlers. That's wrong.
I'll see what I can do. I know I have a decent amount.
Yeah, I got home, bragged it all up to my wife. I think I even took one home. Oh my God, we got it. It was the oranges and cream, I think. I'm like, oh my God, we got to get this. I can't
Yes.
find it still. Nobody has
It's
it.
kind of from what Kara tells me, it shows up real sporadically, but she knows that when she sees it, she needs to buy some. So
It's kind of like if anybody wants to get in their good graces with me, I'll even buy them. I don't care. I got addicted to Red Bull. It's a summer blend. It's in the white can. It's the greatest thing in the world. You can't buy it anymore. It's not available. Red Bull salesmen suck in Southern Illinois. They can't get their supply worked out. So
what
if anybody
flavor
can
is
find it, bring
Do
it.
you
I'll buy
remember
it.
just text me the flavor, Joe.
Yeah, I'll send you a
I'm friends
picture of
with
it.
the distributor here in Iowa.
Berry blend. They say it's a distribution problem. Red Bull does. I talked to him. It pissed me off because every morning I same routine: 2 packs of Marlboro Reds and a Red Bull. That's how I start my day. And well, they didn't have my Red Bull. It's a bad way to start your day. Can't start drinking in ag retail drinking Busch Light. That's a bad deal. Yeah, I'm still talking to him.
So Joe,
No,
before,
Hey,
Joe,
he
before we
drained
let
his
you
main
go-
vein.
Joe, before we let you go, I noticed your beautiful John Deere hat you have on there.
Yes.
Did you know that last year that a John Deere didn't win a single class? There's a bunch of red ones on the front of it.
Yeah.
How's that make you feel?
Makes me feel like somebody cheated. It's like the election.
Like the election?
He's saying that Schultz is rubbing it in since I'm wearing a John Deere hat that there wasn't one single John Deere that won.
Well, Geckner won
Yeah.
in the 15-mile area.
Yeah. See, he's trying to pull a Joe Biden on me and say that somebody else won.
I was just talking about
Red Parade.
Just red parade.
all the
Red
red
Parade.
tractors on there.
Huh?
I just saw all the red tractors on the cover. On the poster, it was all red.
Oh,
There's a mini and a white.
yeah. We
don't
mixed it
remember
up
that.
a little bit.
I don't remember that.
I had to spend $1 million to get this hat.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And he got a fancy key, I bet, too.
Yeah, that too. And I got a sock hat too I can wear, but it makes my hair
Joe,
feel
Joe,
all
have you
crazy.
taken delivery on that $1 million item?
No. Well, it's actually in 2 segments. I've already got one, but I was supposed to get the other one in March. It's going to be more like May now, thanks to the strike.
Tractors or planters?
Sprayer,
Ah, yeah, that too.
May. They're saying May. It'll be June. Sorry, I'm going to run their trade into the ground.
What they give you as a trade in? Oh, Kara's unloading the bag.
She's
Come here,
got
honey.
it?
Come on, camera. You need. No. Joe is going to love you forever. Oh my God, I have 6 bags, buddy.
Oh, my gosh.
4 of them are orange. 2 of them are key lime.
Oh, jeez. You can't find them. I've tried and tried and tried.
He
have
looked all
ski.
summer long. He could never find any.
Can't. You would find some oddball flavors. Woody might like them, but I would like them.
Well, Woody's kind of an
They're
oddball.
the ropes that he had last year. Had kiwi and he had orange and cream. They were
Here, throw me one of
multi-flavored. Oh, they were so good.
Yeah, they're amazing.
We just need to we need to soak them in vodka.
I will donate this one that you can soak in vodka or rum or whatever you want.
I will put Woody on that. He's our water bitch, and he's going to be our Twizzler vodka bitch too.
There you go.
He's a Wamba aficionado, and he also makes good gummies too.
We got a pretty big class of Wombas, don't we?
Yeah,
It's going to be the biggest class in history
it's going to be huge.
at this level.
Yeah.
The biggest Womba showdown in history.
You know, and I'm going to be honest here. The first time we put this in, I had to look at my buddy here and it's like, what? But I didn't have any words for him. I didn't know what to say.
Well, I told him it was gay until I see the first 40 Tinkermere and they had a puzzle shifter and they like to shift it. He goes, these guys ain't as dumb as I thought.
But that first year, you guys don't hate me for this. You guys are pulling that class because I really, really like you guys.
Hey, mini rods and wombas are unlimited mods.
Yeah, and that is true. But I looked down a little cross, and then that I can't even remember that guy's name, brought that little OS4 Orchard International
Yeah,
in
he's
there.
back.
And that what you talk about thinking outside the box. I mean, that was just, to me, that blew my mind.
The
That was
guys
awesome.
from Ohio had the 4010 and then the 720. That is awesome.
That is neat. And I mean,
Everybody
I
throws
Oh,
a
that Bandit
fit. I don't put it on the
tractor is
shirt. I was like, well,
think
they're
somebody
getting there.
just threw up on themselves. But it's a think outside the box class, and them guys are pretty neat. And there was one of you guys that was a complete douche one year at Gordyville. But besides him, it ain't been bad.
Caleb took him outside.
Complete douche. He was like, he thought he had a 7-inch pipe. But anyway, no. But all them guys,
if you took the static numbers, I mean, those guys that pull out in Nebraska with Nebraska tractor pullers and the guys from Ohio and Pennsylvania take it really serious.
serious.
This is going to be a really cool thing.
It's going to be neat.
They're all becoming friends between Busch Light,
Oh, yeah.
and it's going to raise the level of competition.
I think it's neat.
I mean, these are
either
angry
that or
tractors
it's going to
that
come
we
to blows.
influence.
One of the two. Either
Steve
way,
Turner,
it's going to
Steve
be
Smith, both of
entertaining.
them. It's kind of neat.
It is.
It's better than watching guys go down and track 10 mile an hour.
Yeah, well. that's
Joe,
what
she
congrats
found 3 more bags.
What's that?
Two. So now I think I'm bringing how many? Then 8 bags. There we go.
Oh, I can't either. What are you saying, Ryan?
This one's good.
No, those are horrible. Yeah.
These are good.
Woody might like those, not us. It's the mystery flavor. No, we're not
Mystery
taking
flavor.
that.
That is Woody. He is a mystery
okay, we'll bring
flavor.
it for Woody, but I'm bringing 8 bags.
Hold back a second.
Oh, he's going to go back inside. Okay, I think we've covered everything. And, yeah, I think there's my buddy Doug. Hi, Doug. Anybody's got any questions? If you ain't got my number, just reach out on Messenger, on Facebook, on our What's Smoking page. I'll see it there, and I'll try to answer if there's any pit related questions. But hope to see everybody there. Schultz, I know you'll be there in spirit and everything. Hey, there's Woody. We was just talking about you and how gay you was. I heard about it.
He's a mystery flavor.
Rye thinks that Big Rye thinks that that's your bag of and he's eating in front of us. It's not nice.
No, I'm not. I was
Okay.
drinking beer, and now my beer is empty.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll let you have it.
Almost.
Okay, I think we've fulfilled our obligations here.
Thank you, guys. Hey, Woody,
Yes.
I just said hi.
Hello. Have fun on your trip.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
See you,
Where
Joe.
are you going again, Jason?
Turks and Caicos.
Who?
It's in the Caribbean, down by Cuba. Turks and
Oh, in the
Caicos.
Caribbean. Well, I was just in Mexico that's right before their first week of December. And all I can say is it's nice, but as long as this flu that we have going around with a name on it is in existence, I won't go. There's so much paperwork and just too much crap. Just go along with it. It's fun, but it's like I've never, and I know this is a whole conversation for another day for us all, but I, Joe Hurd, have never been to Bowling Green, Ohio.
It's because
And I
you're
know-
always in Pinckneyville, Illinois.
Always at
That's right.
Pinckneyville, Illinois, at the American Thresherman Show. Always the third weekend in August and the third weekend in October. I'm
Joe is
always
the
at
only guy
Pinckneyville.
who has a TikTok with more than 1 million views, and he didn't shake his ass. He
Yeah,
had a cool steam engine.
4.2 million views I'm up to on that one
Wow.
110 horse case steam engine. It just, I'd never anticipated. I don't even know how many thousand followers. I just know it pissed my daughter off. She said, "That's crap, Dad. You got more followers than I had." Well, I didn't mean to. It just happened that way. So, all right, guys, I'm out.
Thank
My
you.
beer's getting warm.
See you, buddy.
All
See
right,
you, buddy.
take care.
See you later this week, Joe.
Okay, so everybody watching the show, I just put Joe Hurd's cell phone number in the messages, the comments. Everybody send Joe Hurd a text. Just say, "Hey, Joe, thanks for being on the show, Joe." Ask Tucker how many beers he's had already. I don't know, but it's a lot. So
Yeah, I
it's gonna
kind of
be
think
fun.
there was a few there.
Oh.
See, and for those of you, a little inside baseball, for those of you who have never partaken of, let's just call it the Midwest Winter Nationals after hours, that's kind of what it is, only a lot more voices. And maybe more bottles and clinking and more laughter and all that, but that's really what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it is one of the best parts of the show for those of us who work it.
Yep. Hey, Schultz.
Okay. Before we go to the Pullers Championship fan vote, we got some questions in the chat.
Hang on,
Brent,
Schultz. Before we go to that,
Yes.
pick'em contest for
Yes.
Chip Shawana.
That's
Yeah.
what I want to talk about. So, how are we doing on that? We
Well,
got two. I kind of feel like we have two pick'em contests going on right now, guys.
yeah.
Yes, we do.
One that's kind of worldwide, kind of gone viral, and then our Chip Shawana pick'em contest. So,
Yeah, so I'll just briefly just talk about it. Chip Shawana, we're doing a pick'em contest. You can pick who you think is going to win in each class. This year we're doing golf score. So if your Polar takes first place, you get 1 point. They take 15th, you get 15 points. Came up that, well, if you pick somebody that's not there, I decided, not pull off decided, that we are going to take however many is in the class. So if there's 20, we're going to divide it by 2. That's how many points you get. So you're right in the middle. There is one Polar that I see switch classes. He's going from limited pro to pro stock trucks, it looks like. So I don't know what we're going to do with that one.
Brent, can you send me the
Yes.
you send me the link again?
But yeah, so that's how that's going to go. And then we're also going to do that if your Polar wins the championship, so they move on to the finals win, we're going to subtract 10 points from your score.
Nice.
It's a lot of math.
It is a lot of math, but I'll try to update it every day, but more than likely it's just going to be too much work and it'll get done hopefully in time for the show from Monday night next weekend or next week.
So basically, you want to. It's like playing golf. Lowest score wins.
And you can have a negative score if you do really well. So
Damn, I thought golf was high score wins. That's how I've always played.
That's how I usually
how I
played
play as
too
well.
until I hung up the clubs. My
I'm
life
putting
has been
the,
dramatically better ever since.
yeah, and then whoever has the highest or like the lowest score, whoever comes out in first, $200 you can use for beer money gear on the store. $100 to second place and $50 for third. So a little incentive there just to kind of make things a little bit more fun. I think we have a little over 300 so far. I think last year we had
580.
550-ish or so.
Yeah.
So you have until I believe it was 10 o'clock on Thursday morning Eastern time, right before an hour before the first session starts.
I just put the link in the comments for those of you that have not done one yet. So okay, let's talk about the Pullers Championship fan vote. We are 1 week away. Next Sunday, the 16th, is when it ends at 11:59 p.m.
Round
And,
one ends.
That's right.
What's that?
Round one ends.
Yeah, round one ends. And we are taking the 20 in each class where there's fan votes. And then Brent will tell you on the form, hey, pick 8 of these 20, pick 10 of these 20, pick 6 of this 20, based upon what we have yet to fill in that class.
Yep.
Then we, the people you see on the screen, will be working the phones when we get to the end, and then we will be calling people and saying, hey, you finished in the top 8. You've been selected by the fans. Do you want your invite? If they would decline it for some reason, we will then just keep going down the list to fill up our class. So it's very, very important that everybody keeps voting. And no, I don't know who's in the lead. Roos doesn't know who's in the lead. Romac doesn't know in the lead. Post doesn't know. Only Brent Yarin knows who's in the lead. We took a vow of secrecy, like blood brothers, and we said we don't want to know. And we're just making it happen. So Brent's the only one. So Brent has been teasing all of you and showing you graphs. But that's why it's so important for you to continue to vote day after day after day, because you don't know if you're in first, or maybe you're in 21st, but you're only 3 votes out of 18th place. That's why it's important to keep voting every single day We have just been, we can't thank all of you enough. I think Darren Hunt has put Facebook into the next stratosphere on ads that he's buying to get D2 in. And as the people putting this on, our goal, and if you asked us from the very first day, it was to turn the puller into the promoter. And it is happening, and we are beyond stoked on what's going on. To scroll through Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and TikTok and see pullers, some of our heroes like Grand National and Champions Tour pullers, telling people to vote to come compete at the Pullers Championship. So it's awesome.
To address Jeff Helt's comment right there, Jeff, there is one person that knows, and he's down there. He put the contest
Not
on.
me.
Not that guy. That guy right there, the big head. He knows. He's monitoring it. He set it up. He is making sure that everything is like it needs to be. And for Sam's question right here, there is a reason that we're not letting it out who is winning in these votes. We want it to be anonymous until the very end. Until if you voted in the presidential election, you don't know until they release that and say this guy won. They don't update it as you're going through because it can change so many times. We don't know who's leading. Just keep voting for who you want, and that's all we can tell you to do.
Sam, we at the end of the day, we don't want any of the guys who want, or the guys or girls who want to compete in May, we don't want them taking their hand off the throttle. Keep promoting, keep begging, borrowing, bribing for the votes. Do what you got to do to get here. That's the whole reason.
And another thing behind that too is that if they do think that they're way ahead and all of a sudden they stop pushing it, and next time we release those like updated graphs, they may be too far behind at that point to make a comeback. So that's a way to keep them pushing. I will say that there's teams out there that they share those graphs and they say, we don't know where we're at, but keep voting for us. And they are already in, like they currently are in like the top 20. Not going to say who, but there are teams that are, but then there's teams that aren't, that they're still pushing, and they end up, there's one team that was outside, they end up sharing those graphs, and now they are within the top 20. So it can make you change positions pretty quickly. And I posted the top 30 today, and drew a red line where the cutoff is, so you can see where, how many are on the outside looking in. They may only need 10 votes to make it over that cut line. But it's up to those pullers to promote themselves to be able to get into, the Pullers Championship. Obviously, there's pullers that they're very well known and well liked and well respected, that there's a lot of fans that will vote for them regardless. But then there's some that they may need that extra help with some friends and family, but they can still make it in. And we're seeing a good mix of trucks and tractors from across the country, and it's going to be pretty exciting to see what happens in the top 20.
Brent, can you answer Sandy Super Rooster Payne's question?
Yep, top 5 for NTPA were invited. We then did reach out to the top 3 from Outlaws. They all accepted. But yeah, everything is promoter's choice outside of those top 5. We did have one that turned it down, and that got switched over to promoter's choice as well. We'll see what happens next year. We may switch to a fan vote, but we're just kind of waiting now on a certain somebody to let us know on whether they're going to be able to make it or not.
And Sandy, to address that as well, the reason we did that is because everybody knows the Superstock diesels are a hard class to fill, because you guys are really rough on stuff and you have a lot of breakage, and we didn't want to say, we're going to have a Superstock diesel class and have fans vote, and then like a lot of the pullers that we talked to are waiting on parts, maybe a crankshaft or something like that. So that's why we did the Superstock diesel as a promoter's choice class. And cannot say enough about the Superstock diesel tractors. Those guys and gals have stepped up, and they were some of the first to jump on board, and it's been awesome. The Superstock diesel class, I can tell you, right, just looking as Jason's scrolling through, these are the tractors that have committed. They have paid their money. They are committed to be there, and you're going to see probably one of the best diesel Superstock classes in the country at the Pullers Championship.
Yep. I want to go off. There's another question in there from Arlen. Are the trucks that are listed for both classes going to be allowed to hook in both classes, or will they have to designate which class it voted in? Schultz, can you take me off the screen, please? Thanks. I don't like looking at my face.
He's not going to.
All right, then I'll do it. Anyways, so
Nicely done.
for the pro, so there's two trucks currently, two pro stock diesel trucks. One is Nathan Bay in Jumping Jack Flash. He is obviously in the pro stock diesel trucks and in the super stock diesel trucks because he competed in both. If he were to get voted into both of them, we will ask what they prefer to be in, and then they will be in that class. And then we will just take the 21st entry in one of the other classes and to make that top 20. Another one is obviously the Shy Diesel with Brady Ingram. He does want to be, if he gets voted in the super stock diesel trucks. So if he makes it into the top 20 and then makes it into, it'll be the top, I believe, 7 for the super stock diesel trucks. If he does make that, he's going to take the super stock diesel truck class instead of the pro stock diesel truck. And then we would go from taking 8 in the pro stock diesel trucks to 9 because that would open up another spot because he is currently committed for the pro stock diesel trucks. So that's how that'll work for those two individuals. It'll make more sense when we get to that point, and we'll kind of share that information once that if and when, or when and if, or how you want to say that. So
The goal for all teams should be top 20 right now. You're not worried about anything else other than being above that red line on the screen right there. You want to be in the top 20. So great amount of participation so far. Like I said, we're over 10,000 votes.
Submission,
11,000 quickly.
Huh?
Submissions, is that what we're saying?
Submissions, yeah.
Well, that's what it says. Yeah. So each submission is somebody that went on, put in their name, email address, and then voted for at least one poller. That's one submission, and then submitted it. So that's one submission or one vote per day. Obviously, it's just submission through the job forms that we use. But yeah, one vote is one submission. So we have nearly 11,000 people that have, or total votes that we've had in just over a week now. So it blew my mind how many votes that we've gotten so far, because we literally discussed whether we should upgrade to the highest package through job forms that took us from 10,000 submissions a month to 100,000 submissions a month, and we blew past that in less than a week. So kudos to everyone that has voted, all the Polars fans, everyone that has shared and made this as big as it has been, and it's been pretty cool to see. So
Nick brings up an interesting question. Brent, you want to announce or address that?
yes, we will be starting over. So like in the modified tractors class, this person that's got 2,100 votes, they will go back to 0, and maybe they finish in 6th place instead next time. But this way it makes it a little more fair, because like in the 2-wheel drives, there's literally 200 of them. I mean, so somebody that's in 20th, well, maybe now once they're down in the top 20, they may finish in the number 5 or 6 spots once you narrow that list down. So we want to make it fair for everyone, so everyone's going to start at 0.
So the mod class received the most votes. The unlimited super stocks.
Yeah, I believe it's mod, unlimited supers, and then pro stocks.
Yeah, there's 20,000. So I mean, these aren't, this is cool. These are a lot of people voting, and I love to see like what Adams Wilson's doing on Built Diesel Mafia. He's been like putting his votes up, just trying to get engagement going on his Facebook page. So I mean, we encourage all of you to do that. And like Brent mentioned earlier, a lot of pullers are doing the same thing. They're grabbing their class and they're copying this poster and they're sharing it out there. So
yeah, that's another cool thing to see too, because obviously I can see who's voting for who, and I have been seeing a lot of pullers that have been voting, and they've been voting for themselves. So we know that there's a lot of interest from a lot of pullers across the country that want to be here, all the way from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, North and South. I mean, we have probably half the states probably covered with people that have voted. So it's pretty damn cool to see. And
yeah, I know
we appreciate everyone.
Californians are trying to rally Swiss Power, right, Brent?
Yep. And now I see that the Get Her Done, they're voting for themselves now. So there's 2 mod tractors out of California they're trying to push them in. So, and
Charles,
that's the way to do it.
Charles, how cool would it be to say all the way from California to Nashville, Illinois for the Pullers Championship when you're announcing, buddy?
I think it'd be awesome to have that kind of representation, that this sport really does have that kind of a reach, as far across the country like that, and to see that kind of support. We've had California groups on this show in the past, and it's always neat to talk to them because I feel like they kind of seem to kind of run in their own little bubble out there, but they're doing some great things, and there's a lot to be said for it, and to share in that. I love it. I want to see them there.
Yep, and we have some Texas pullers that are voting. So we obviously we already have a New York tractor in with the Owens family with the Ramblin' Rose. So we could literally have, from East Coast to West Coast, north to south. It'll be from everywhere.
Sandy Super Rooster gave you a compliment, Brent, and none of us do. So you should probably take a moment of silence and be like, wow, somebody actually does like me.
Yeah, somebody get a screenshot of that.
Now,
But,
Brent, you're amazing.
obviously we've thought through most scenarios of what questions would be asked, what would come up. We try to have all this stuff pretty much sorted out beforehand. And
So what's up on the screen right now is the website, everybody. And, we got home, obviously. We got about who we are. We got event info. We got puller registration. The fan vote, which 11,000 people have clicked on, right? Classes. So everybody who has committed or that we invited pre-December 31 that signed up and paid their $500 is on the website now. So you can see the 85 Limited Pro. That was a promoter choice class. Everybody accepted theirs. You can scroll down the list and see all of those. Got great photos from some great photographers right here on the panel, our promoters. And then you can go right down the list and see everybody. 95 Limited Pros, Pro Stock Tractors. Right down, you can see everybody that's committed already, and you can check that out. And then you can see how many spots we have to fill. Remember, our very first thing we said, our very first meeting after we kind of made our pact was 4-hour show. And then we all said, how many hooks can we get down the track in 4 hours? We all agreed to 120 with 2 tracks. We have 6 invites for the semis because we know people love semis. So we did a lot of discussion, and a lot of yelling at each other before we even rolled this thing out to everybody. So and it's just so humbling to see the support, the votes. The votes are what make us happy because we are the puller. The puller, you're promoting. And we all hope this changes your mindset a little bit into the future. We're not trying to get rid of sanctioning bodies. That was never, I've had a couple people call me and say, you guys are trying. No, we're not. We're trying to have a little fun. Get off your high horse. Okay.
We got no intentions of trying to turn this into a season-long deal. Once a year is enough.
Yep.
Yes.
We're just trying to pay the puller something that they deserve. And this is
a true all-star pull. That's it. Guys, the MLB does it, the NBA does it, the NFL does it. Now Truck and Tractor Pulling's doing it.
And we've said it 100 times on here that the best that we can do financially from a pull is break even, because every single dollar that comes through the gate, all the live stream revenue, additional sponsorship money, there's places where there is money that's going to be coming in. We're putting that all in the purse. We're going to pay for our fixed costs. And after that, everything goes to the pullers. We chop it up. We've got, we'll have accounting on site. The plan is to write checks the day of. We have the pull, so everybody goes home with a check. And we want to see the largest payout possible. And we love the engagement from the fans as far as the voting goes. That rolls right into, we need you to support the pull, whether you buy the live stream or whether you show up in person. We want to pack the stands. We want it to be absolutely slam full of people. But if you can't make it logistically, whatever, buy that live stream, because that live stream revenue is going back to the pullers as well. We need your fan support as much as anything.
If Charles and Leroy can say, wow, we got 5,000 people here tonight on Saturday night, and then they turn around to Zolik and say, Ryan, how many people are watching a live stream right now? And Ryan says 2,000 more people, and we got 18 countries represented. That's kind of a goosebump type of a moment.
It'd be tough to do. It's going to take a big number, but nothing would make me and Leroy happier than to walk down with one of the big, giant display checks and hand out a winner's check that has 5 numbers on it. Give somebody a check for 10 grand. It's never happened really in the sport outside of maybe pulls with a pile of contingencies put on it from a whole season-long championship. But to do that in one weekend, I mean, I'd love to see it happen. I'd love to see that reaction.
And up on
The other thing too.
Oh, sorry,
okay,
Brent.
well,
You go, bud.
okay, I was gonna say the other thing too is eventually once we verify and make sure that our payout's going to be the way that we want it, the payout's going to be public. You'll see how many people. So we have it currently like for every 1,000 increment after, so we need essentially $1,800 to break even for the $50,000 guaranteed, and then anything past that is through the gate is all going to the purse. So that's to make up the $50,000 guaranteed for that Brad is putting up. So if we're only getting 1,000 people a night, well, we can guarantee that there's still going to be $50,000 in purse money. But
Yeah, I want everybody to understand that if let's say we'd have bad weather both nights, but we somehow get the pull in because it's just kind of a mist, scares people away, the crowd, but we still get the pull in. Brad Holzhauer is guaranteed 50 grand. So once we get that first 50 grand, we can pay him back from our gate. So you're still getting that money. We're not trying to say the first 50 goes to Brad because it does not. It's just it's going to be once we hit that level, then we can move on. So I want to make sure everybody understands that.
But then we have it's broken down to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, all the way up to 10,000 tickets, I guess, sold at the gate per night. How much money each class would get, and I mean the numbers are there. I mean, if we get 6,000 people a night, you finish 7th place, you're still taking home $1,000. I mean, there's
Can't do that. You won't do that in any association polls.
Yeah.
Heck, there's association polls that you win and you won't take that home.
Oh no, you won't.
And just for a goof, we did run the hypothetical out to see how many people would need to punch the turnstile for us to give $1 million back. We know what that number is.
Yes, we do.
It'd probably be the biggest poll ever, but hey.
No, it wouldn't be the biggest poll ever, but it would take
biggest poll
big.
in recent years.
Yes. But yeah, that's the kind of thought we put into this just to see, because the goal is get the biggest checks to the pullers. And, I don't want to say justify because it's a wrong damn word when you're talking pulling, but give them a little something to say, hey, this is all right. And like I said, if this is one-time deal as far as this year, our intent is to do this again next year if we can make this go. But we're not going to do a season-long thing. We want the all-star poll, just like Jason said.
Well, you guys think about it. This is your chance, Mr. and Mrs. Fan, for thanking the pullers for literally spending what other people spend on second homes and third homes and boats and campers. This is their boat. This is their camper. This is their second home. This is their place in the Key West. But they said, you know what? They threw a $250,000 truck or tractor into the back of a trailer, and they take it around the country to compete for a chance to win a couple $1,000s. Now, I'm not ripping on any association for payback at all. I've seen the P&L. I know how it works. Okay. But you need fans to do this. We have a generous sponsor, Brad Holzhauer, that says, you know what? I want to have the biggest poll in the country right here. And let's do it. It's for the pullers. It's for the pullers since day one. And for the fans, for you to get a pick who you get to see pull, it's just awesome. Awesome, guys. So, okay, real quick, sponsors. The sponsor sheet is up there. Now, we do have fixed costs. We have sleds, we have a video board, we have tech officials, we have announcers, we have some advertising. If any of you have ever promoted a poll, you know that. So we need sponsorship to pay our fixed costs.
And insurance. And insurance. Yep. Rain insurance, all that stuff. So all you do, you scroll down here, you click on sponsorship form, you print it, you fill it out. We have $1,000 event sponsors. We have $2,500 elite level sponsors, and we have a class sponsor. I want to thank Chaos Fab, Kevin Campbell, for stepping up. He's our first class sponsor. He mailed in a check already for $5,000. If you have $10,000 and you say, I love this event, guys, we want to do something bigger, just call one of us and just say, this is what I would like in exchange for $10,000. It's an open book. We need to know what you want for your money, and we'll make it happen. You can't buy a truck or a tractor in. People have tried to bribe us a little bit, but other than that, we can't be bought.
The other thing too is class sponsors. You cannot be the Unlimited Superstock class sponsor because Chaos Fab is the class sponsor for that class. So
yes,
we have 10 spots still available for that. So let us know if you want to be a class sponsor. Your name will be announced for the class. So like the Chaos Fabrication Unlimited Superstock tractors. Obviously, if you look at the tractor class or like the class list, it'll have your name associated with it. And then we'll just try to tie that as much as possible together with that class name and that class that you're going to represent. So,
What was it? 10,000 and Brent Shorefighty would cook you a ribeye
Yes.
dinner the night before the poll?
You will have a steak dinner at the poll.
At the poll.
Shorefighty is part of the 618 Motorsports team based there in Nashville. And yes, that is part of what you will get at the show.
Yeah. And if you want to get crazy generous and sponsor at a $25,000 level, you can invade my house and I will cook you brisket. And I guarantee you it'll be damn good.
So Daniel, for your question with second round of voting, so just kind of go over the voting currently. So first round of fan voting is currently open with all pollers that polled in 2021. That's the list that we compiled. Anybody else, if they had a new tractor, switch classes, or didn't poll in 2021, they got a hold of us. We've added them to the list. That is going on until 11:59 p.m. Central Time, so a minute before midnight. And that is going to end. That is on January 16th. That's this upcoming Sunday. So we have about 6 days left of voting. And then on next week's Monday night show, we will unveil who the top 20 are. We are not going to say put them in any order. We're not going to put them in order of first to last, last to first. We're just going to put them in alphabetical order. Say these are the top 20. We don't want them to know how well that they did, because that's going to keep them to keep promoting and, sharing our statuses, sharing everything to their page to, push their fans and family and friends to keep voting for them. So again, we're turning the pollers into the promoters, and that's just one way that we can do that. So that was the second round of voting. Then we'll start on Monday, the 24th of January. Again, on this show, 8 p.m., we will open it up. We're going to take a week off because hopefully, if I can figure everything out, we're going to have pictures along with all the top 20 in each class. So if you don't know a specific poller, you can look at their vehicle. You may recognize it that way, or you just may look at it. Oh, that looks like a good looking truck or tractor. I'm going to vote for it. However, you decide to vote for your top, however many in each class. And that will stay open then until Sunday, February 13th, I believe, at 11:59 p.m. That is the Sunday before the farm show. And then that Monday night, we will unveil the top or the rest of the invites. And then we will start reaching out to them to see if they're willing to accept that fan invite.
Adam, we'll take your $1,000 from Built Diesel Mafia. Don't worry, Adam Wilson. You get that coming, good buddy. So.
Adam, I'll call you.
Yeah, so here's a vendor. If you want to be a vendor, if your business has merch, we don't want any food or drink in this. This is for, I'm thinking of what your big ass diesels and stuff like that, right, guys? Pulling vendors, anybody that wants to market to the pulling crowd, the pulling fans. But these are the things on there, the booth size. Again, no food, no drink, but everything else is good to go on that. So
yes,
wanted to put that out there.
Everything's
on the website.
We will be having a kids area as well. We're still working on some of that information, but we do intend to do that. And one thing I'm not sure that we've mentioned tonight is $15 admission.
Yeah.
10 and under are free. $15 gets you anywhere, not just the grandstand. That gets you out in the pits. You can walk around. Obviously, if you've got kids, when the show starts, it gets a little hectic back there. We hope you're all in there, watching the show. But come early. Check out these vehicles. You're going to see some of the top iron in the nation.
All of us called kind of our, I always say our circle of pullers that we run around with, we know, and we all said, what do you want? And they all screamed affordable pricing and open pits. And because they said they would rather see 5,000 people there at $15 a piece than 3,000 people there at $25 a piece. And that's just simple math, because at the end of the day, pullers want to pull in front of big crowds. That's why we do this. And that's the best feeling in the world. If you lay down a good pass and you can hear the crowd cheering through your helmet, that's the greatest feeling in the world. So
Yeah, and you know they as much as they want to pull in front of a packed house, they want to show off these rides. I mean, some of these things are showpieces in themselves. Get out there and check them out. These guys would love to talk to the fans. They'll sign shirts. You know, if you're nice enough, you know, or you ask the right question or whatever, or you talk to them. A lot of these guys will let you sit in the seat and get a picture with your kids or whatever. I mean, don't go climbing on tractors or anything like that if nobody's around. But you know, if everybody's out there, talk to them and you know, get to know them. And they may have some hero cards for kids or whatever, but just go out there and get to know these guys.
your pulling heroes are going to be in Nashville, Illinois. The people you see on TV, the people you've watched since you've been little, the people that your kids watch are going to be in Nashville, Illinois, and you're going to get a walk through the pits for $15 and go see Brett Berg and the Moneymaker mod. That is the coolest thing in the world. I just can't wait to see the kids and just even big kids. I mean, I get giddy just talking about this. Every time Brent tells us, "Hey, we got another 1,000 votes," I all just get goosebumps that people are this jacked about our event. I'm so excited. The Pullers Championship. It's going to be awesome. So,
Who was it that just had a comment up on the screen thanking us for the hard work? Was it?
the coolest unlimited super. That's the Vulture sheet metal tractor. My six.
Have you guys got that thing ready to run?
Yeah, they've been pushing it hard on their social media
They have.
for people to vote for
Good.
them.
Because I want to see it.
I do too.
I want to see it
Oh,
through
yeah.
my lens.
So does Chuck E. Cheese up there in the top right corner.
All of us
Chuckles
want to see
does.
that thing come out.
Every damn one of us. Every one of us.
Brent, how many times have you posted those graphs?
That was the second time. So Friday, I think it was the first one, and then I posted another one today. I will try to do something probably Friday again.
Please tell me that you're randomizing the colors every time you put that graph up,
No,
just to screw with people.
So most of the time when you do something like this, it's like a survey, and you usually only have a few options. Well, this we have hundreds of options, and so there's a lot of people with multiple colors, so it's easier to just like differentiate between each other. But because we have so many, they overlap and you can't tell anything. But they do randomize when they start shifting around and new people come in, some come out. But yeah, that's what the colors are because they are meaningless. That's just to make it look pretty.
So basically, what I'm telling you is don't try and figure Brent out. He's already thought of it. You won't figure it out.
Yeah,
Just keep voting.
I'll do another graph then probably Friday. I don't want to do it on Sunday because I'm going to be driving all day. And Saturday, I'd like to do it a couple days before, or maybe, I don't know, maybe Saturday and just kind of do that last push. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling, I guess, waking up in the mornings.
Foreshadowing. It won't happen. He's not gonna
Foreshadowing.
post
No,
anything.
you saw the last graph, the last one that he posted. God, that's a sharp tractor. I really want to see that there.
Where's your 2010 Superstock
Yes.
Sounds like Ray in the mic.
2019 Superstock Puller of the Year with YTPA. Here we go. Green on the track. He's got green on the sled. He's got the first hook, ladies and gentlemen, in the Superstocks. Liz Whiteman with the High Hopes.
He's got dad jokes, folks. That's Adam Wilson.
He'll be here all day, baby.
Don't forget to tip your servers. Try the veal.
Oh,
Hey, look,
I didn't
it's a
go too good.
two-piece tractor.
I can just tell you I picked a random video, guys. Sorry about that. Is it Mysick or Mitchick, or how do we say that right, Charles?
Mysick, yeah, that's
Mysick?
right.
Okay.
well, we're gonna get that monetized here soon. Kicked
Yep.
off.
I almost screwed up. Lexington, Kentucky. Any cool stories? Did you guys see anything come out of there from the weekend? I know they had snow. The crowd looked jam-packed on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday they look good.
I was looking this afternoon even to find results. I have not heard a whole lot come out of there. I guess I don't know.
It's
I've
on
seen
the TNT Truck and Tractor Pull page.
Yeah.
They
I've
posted
seen
some-
a few sporadic things, but not. No, I haven't looked. I've been busy enough that I haven't had time.
Same.
But I mean, it looked like Thursday. Obviously, they had all that snow, like the snowstorm and the cold and stuff like that, and they definitely affected the crowd. But by Saturday, I mean, that Saturday night crowd looked pretty good. So hopefully, I don't know what Friday night was like or the afternoon session on Saturday, but hopefully it all worked out for them.
Here, I found a picture, guys, of the crowd on Saturday night. You know, Joe was talking about that arena. If you get to ship this weekend, go in the back room, and that's that arena they was talking about. That's where they just had their monster truck show, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's plans to make that thing twice as big as what it is, and it'll have this Coliseum style seating.
But that's I don't know what night this was, guys, but this is Lexington, so that's cool.
I think that was from Saturday night.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a darn good crowd. Wow.
Yeah, so good to see everybody supported that. Lots of snow and cold, says Thomas Timmons. Shane Hunt says light limited class was exciting as always. They tried to warn you. Friday was okay, but Saturday was way better. Yeah, cool. So I'll put their Facebook page into the comments, everybody. So you can do that. Let's see here. Stop screen. What else did we
Hey,
put?
Paulie, are you and
Yeah.
me going to do what we did last year at Midwest Winter Nationals at Ship?
Paul's not going to be out there till Friday.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, we could probably do it on a smaller scale.
Okay, that's fine. I did talk to Scott Gustafson. He is planning on obliging us and making sure that we can do that.
Okay.
So that's a good thing. I don't know that we need to do the party games
Yeah,
because ain't nobody really want to make another saran wrap ball.
yeah.
Oof.
Hoping we don't have the downtime to need that.
Amen.
I would
Plus,
guess
we've got
second
Leroy.
year.
Leroy's got jokes.
Yeah, Leroy's got jokes.
Leroy's got dad jokes.
He's even got equipment jokes. That was kind of funny when he posted that picture of the two mics and tagged Charles in there. That kind of made me giggle a little bit.
I was legitimately impressed. I thought that was pretty clever.
Big tune-up goes in here.
Yeah, buddy. You got
Cowtown?
a good hat, a good winter hat, buddy?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I might need it come Saturday night.
Yeah, I think so.
It's fine. I'm ready. I said I'd do it.
Same here. And I noticed that Brent got a head start on shaving his head. Did everybody notice this? He is already shaven part of his head.
Well, he's been he finally got out of the house after setting up all the Pullers Championship fan voting.
Right. I think he locked himself in for like 14 days straight.
He had to. Yeah.
I was locked in for like 14 days straight when I had COVID.
Did
And
you
then I
have
got
that
out.
recently?
I had it at the beginning of December.
Yeah.
And then I was free the day before WTPA banquet.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it never really affected me, but I lost my smell and taste. That was the worst.
Because
Lucky you.
you're a young strapping lad, Brent.
Yeah, I think that helps.
Cowtown Showdown, guys. I saw that come out. They announced the dates finally, so my phone, everybody quit texting me. That makes me extremely happy. So
Yes, St. Patrick's Day in Kansas City.
pretty exciting there. I will we'll be talking about that tomorrow night a little bit. I'm sure I got Ron on Outlawed with him, so check that out. So
Charles, is there any way you can get out here for that?
No, I've got to space out. I got to be careful spacing out my out-of-town trips. And 2 weeks after that, I have to be in Florida for ODSS. It's too close.
Bummer.
Yeah,
I was gonna say you could bring the kids. It's
oh, I'd totally come if that drag race wasn't so close to it.
okay.
Charles, what's ODSS stand for?
Outlaw Diesel Super Series.
Okay. Gotcha.
And who's in it that we might know?
If you're a regular of the Ultimate Call Out Challenge, you're going to know the names like Derek Rose and the Burkhardt family, both running in Pro Street. Ben Shaddy, who's been around pulling through Dunright Diesel for a lot of years as a pro mod. Stainless Diesel crew, Johnny Gilbert's got a new pro mod coming for this season. Everybody knows about the Scheid Motorsports Dragster. It's always there. And there's a bunch of guys down to the sportsman ranks that have definitely had their toes in both the asphalt and the dirt world. So it's a good time at any one of those races.
The royalties are in there with their
Yeah,
insane Dakota.
The royalties, they're in pro modified. They're changing the setup on that truck for 22 to be NHRA legal and be able to do some
Thank
more
God.
stuff. I kind of liked it though, just like who has the balls to put their high pressure charger in the cab with them?
Yeah, that. It's imminent death if it goes up.
They're moving it. It's going to be out back with the other two now.
But seriously, folks, imagine, if you will, a Dodge Dakota, and sit in the shot or in the driver's seat as if you were to drive it. Then look to the right and see a ginormous turbo the size of a friggin' coffee table sitting in there.
Yeah,
Maybe two.
You couldn't really see it because he did have it. It was shielded. I mean,
I know it was
make
shielded,
sound like
but
it's just sitting there in
still.
open space. But
Really,
yeah.
if that thing lets go, ugh.
Actually, he had more of a problem in the season opener in North Carolina this past spring when one of the Atmo chargers let go because there's no back window in the truck, so he took an oil bath.
Ew.
So,
I
guys,
guess
I
I
want to
didn't
share with
realize that
you.
there was no back window in that truck.
No.
I want to share with you my first attempt at driving an unlimited Superstock remote control tractor.
Not great.
I was able to spend Saturday. Mackenzie and I went up to the Fox Valley remote control truck and tractor pullers up in New London, Wisconsin, up by Appleton. The Remedy will be out in March, and I'm not going to drive it because you're about to see why I don't want to drive a remote control tractor that I spent $1,500.
Oh God, was there fire involved?
No. It was just watch.
So you're supposed to let go of the throttle, Charles.
Never lift.
Throttle out, baby.
Yeah, I broke it. I'm not gonna lie, I broke it.
Is this in someone's basement?
No, I'll tell you this. I gotta watch this. So this club next door, it's like an old general store type of a storefront, Charles. It was
Yeah.
like a chicken coop for a while, and then they turned it in. That's a 40-foot track. It's black dirt and clay. They take it pretty serious. It was a good time.
There is a group down in Ohio, I'm pretty sure that somebody does have a track in his house.
Yep. No, Ohio.
Probably
Kentucky,
weeks, isn't it?
It's
It was
not
pretty
Paul,
neat.
but Paul knows who it is.
It was pretty neat. They had a.
Do they have
Yeah,
tiny
really good
remote
time.
control tractors with plows that tear up and rip up the track?
No, they
No,
just
they
kind of
should.
they just kind of use a rake and a broom and a shovel. Ryan, as the day goes on.
I
so.
can't be breaking stuff. Some little kid, I'm gonna break some little kid's heart. He's in
Were
the
you
car.
wearing your
Oh,
fire
yeah,
suit and
46-year-old Man, adult. Drive it into the couch.
Please tell me you were wearing your fire suit
It was
and
a hoot.
helmet, and
So-
gloves.
Kenzie and I went live. 2 of our live videos went over like 200,000 reach. It was a really
Mhm.
it was a good day.
Did you ever find the axle?
Well, I broke the roll cage and the dash on it, but that's all 3D printed, guys. It was pretty neat how they do all that
That's some
stuff.
areas of opportunity.
I want to show you this semi here, guys.
Or no. I thought you meant now. Yeah! Don't do that again. Yeah. I meant
It was a really, really good time, and it's a neat sport. I've already got a hold of Josh Blackburn at their shop to do a Wisconsin championship, and the beer money pulling team is going to throw a couple grand at that, and you guys are going to be coming up and having some fun. Well, I don't have a date set yet, but it'll happen in the next year. Blackburn and I were texting back and forth today. He's got a perfect shop, and then be neat because all the tractors would be in there. It'd be really good for the sport. It's just neat. So
That'd make for a heck of a New Year's Eve party, wouldn't it?
yes, it would. I'm afraid I can't drive one of these things sober. That's all.
Maybe that's
Which
what
is
you need.
precisely why it would be so entertaining.
It's and these guys take it serious. I mean, some of them have like 10 or 12. There's like a digger class. There's a crawler class. There's that 2-wheel drive is called the sportsman class, unlimited super. I mean, they got fatty tires on them, guys. They're cool. These are all battery operated. None of the nitro stuff like I've seen at Bowling Green or the gas. There's actually a weed whacker engine club. I mean, it's pretty neat, guys. Pretty neat. I just wanted to share that with you. So, DeCoin, guys, we really have to start pounding that. Once Shipshewana is over, we need to fill those classes up. You guys, 2-wheel drive pullers, mini. This is the big blown minis, right, Paul?
Yes, this is the big minis.
Okay, and then the 2-wheel drive trucks and the light supers.
I talked to Eric Harmison this weekend. He's in.
Okay.
Yep. I know
Backdraft is
Bonnages
in.
are in with their mini.
Okay.
Know Brian Bowles is in with his light super.
Okay.
So they're starting to trickle in, but they need to trickle in a lot faster.
Correct.
We need to
It's our
stop
job to
trickling
let
and start
everybody-
dripping.
Pouring.
Or that.
Well, it's our job to let everybody know about it, and we will. So it's all good. So Brent, Paul, Charles, Big Ride, you guys got anything else? We're coming up on the 2-hour mark.
You can vote once a day. Remember that. You can vote once a day, but don't try to spam vote. We have been live for 7 days. You shouldn't have been voting 19 times. I can see that. Those votes aren't going to count. I'm just going to say that right now. That is our leading voter right now. They have 19 votes. So remember, once a day, I will eliminate. And so if you stop voting now, you're only going to lose like 6 votes. But no, you shouldn't have more than, I think, 13 or 14, whatever ends up being at the end. So if you vote all 14 times right away, I guess, with different email addresses, that's good for you. But yeah, we're going to do this fairly.
Thomas,
Come on, Kimmons, you did it wrong.
What contest? The Pick'em contest?
No, I think he's talking about the Southern Illinois indoor nationals poll.
Okay. Let me bring that website back up.
Brent, you ever shaved your head on a live stream?
Nope. How many people have actually shaved their head on a live stream though?
Oh, not on a live stream. That didn't exist back then.
Beard, yes.
Yeah, beard, yeah.
So here is, and then you scroll down to puller registration.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, should I have him bug Zolik afterwards,
Yes.
guys, or should I wait a week?
You need to have him talk to Zolik because that's who's running it, and it may be something where Zolik can see it and tell him what he did wrong too.
Well, I'm gonna look because I can see. Yeah, the payment didn't go through because I have access to that because we're using the same one that we set up for the Polish Championship, so we didn't have to set up 2 different ones. But I don't have access to the form, so I couldn't.
Thomas, you might have missed a number on a credit card or something.
Yeah, sometimes if you try to autofill it, certain things don't populate improperly. I've noticed that when I was doing some testing on hours. So I would just make sure, just when you get to the credit card portion, manually type everything in. If something pops up that it automatically submits everything or it fills it in, I've seen issues with that. So. That'd be cool.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, he doesn't. He builds.
That's a
that-
fun little twist.
They work on that tractor, don't they?
They do.
Yep. The other thing, so Thomas, for that as well, it should tell you what's wrong. But I've also noticed, I forget who it was, but they had to do it like the first time it didn't go through. Next time we did it, because I helped somebody, it didn't go through the first time. We ended up loading everything, and it went through the second time.
Wasn't it Jordan?
Okay, so if it just sits there and like doesn't actually submit, just refresh the page, like close out the page, your web browser, and just relaunch everything. Try it again. The payment didn't go through. I can see that, so you won't have to worry about getting double charged.
You see another super stock family has a third generation driver making his first start in a light pro at Shipsy this weekend.
I saw that,
It's pretty cool.
and it's kind of a noteworthy light pro too.
Yes, it is.
I kind of have a
Maybe it didn't. I don't know.
very soft spot for that tractor.
The next generation, the Eads family, had the Indiana Rascals diesel super. His Tad and Ron Eads ran that in the 90s and early 2000s, and next generation is going to be in Missy's Pissy.
Cool.
Nice. Well, boys, I got
I wonder
one more
if the tiara's still in the back.
What's that?
I would be shocked if it wasn't.
I would be too. On the back of Missy's Pissy, right in the center and the of the back fender, there was a tiara. It was Sean's tribute to his late wife, Missy. I hope it's still there. I love that. I love that detail about that tractor.
Well, guys, we're gonna end the show how we started the show with thoughts about Max Simpson and his family. And this is probably the coolest photo I've ever seen. If we all know, it's Jerry Van Dorpy up there, the Scheming Demon.
I love it.
Best friend through the pits. Max probably lifted something there, it appears.
Yes.
But that is, if that's not true sportsmanship, I mean, guys, that's what it's all about right there. You know, and I don't like here. I mean, I don't know. People say, oh, the good old days. Pulling's as good now as it was back then. The guys were putting all the technology they had into it back then. Just the technology we have now is so much far advanced. So the good old days were the good old days, and they need to be remembered. But the people today are creating the same memories that Jerry and Max are right there. And they're in heaven right now. And they're chilling. And hopefully they're talking about Boost and how to keep it all tied together. And on that, I'm going to say good night, guys. And continue to vote for the fan vote once a day. And everybody have a safe trip out to Shipshewana. And I love all of you. And God bless you, Max Simpson. You're a great man.
Amen.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
See y'all.
See ya.
See you guys.